Hey guys, this is E with Scrapbooking with Me, and we're going to make this little project today, and this is inspired by Cori from Creating with Scraps, and I'll link her channel down below. She made one that's similar to this. I didn't watch it all. I may have made mine a little bit different. I fell asleep in the middle of it, but I dreamed about it, so evidently I need to make it. And I've got ink all over my hands, so please excuse my mess here. But she's got one of these little Holtz pockets in the front here, and this is that the little punch with all the slots in it where you can put all kinds of little goodies up through there. So she's got that, and then there's a pocket right here, and then there's a pocket here that goes sideways. There is a pocket here that goes in this way, one up here, if I can get that in there, and one here. I'm not sure she put one here on hers, but I put one there on mine. And then when you close this, there's one here. So this can be glued down a lot of different ways on your page. Now it can either be glued or it can just be clipped onto your page. Let me get a page of some kind, and excuse my squeaking chair. It just started squeaking this morning. I don't know what the deal is. Let's just find a page here. Well, this is not a page, but we'll use this. So if this was your page, you could put glue down through here, across the bottom, and over through here, and you'd have another pocket, and it would glue down like that, and then it would fold out. So you'd have lots of journaling space. Or you could just clip it onto the side of your page like this, or over here, and then just unclip it when you got ready to use it. Or you could slide it down into a pocket. I don't know, I think she called this a trifold pockets or something like that. I'm not sure, but I don't know what I'll name mine. You know me, I never know what I'm going to name it until it comes time to put it up on the computer, and then sometimes I don't know what to name it and I have to go back and change it. So I made this one just out of some of that old vintage ledger paper, and this was just my template just to see if I could remember how it was made. But I think we're going to make this one out of some of Betty's digitals, and this is one that's called Watercolor Rose, I do believe. I think that's the name of it. I'm trying to get one that will... Nope. Okay. I'm trying to find one that the flowers will show on the front, maybe. Well, here's one that the butterfly will show on the front, so that's just as good, because we're going to fold it this way, and we're going to use that whole 8.5 by 11 sheet. So you just want to fold it like that. Now I'm going to go ahead and cut my little white pieces off here. Let me grab my trimmer. I didn't print these without the white, so we'll go ahead and cut that off. I've watched her a few times, and I don't think she watches my channel, but if you do, Cori, thank you so much. But then again, I can't thank you, because now I don't even want to throw away little pieces like this. I don't want to throw away anything. You guys will have to go over and watch her to see what I'm talking about. It's phenomenal, some of the stuff that she does with just scraps. Okay, so we are going to cut these little pieces off. I should have just grabbed this big trimmer in the beginning. Okay, so there's that. Okay, we've got it folded, and it looks like everything's pretty even. I'm going to go ahead and burnish this. And we did get in more of these Teflon bone folders. I had a few people ask about those on the video. Let's see. Ooh. See if I do it that way. I may do it this way, because I don't want to cover up. This is going to be covered up anyway when we put our little piece on there, but I don't want to cover up these. And if I put them on this side, they're going to be covered. Let's see, let's find a little. Now, someone give me all of these cuts They cut them and sent them to me, and thank you to the person who did this. I don't remember, but thank you so much. That one's pretty. We have ordered some of these dies, and they're not real expensive at all. So when they get in, you can check the store. Let's see. I'm thinking that might be the one I use. So we'll use that one. So, yeah, I think that'll work. It'll cover up the butterfly, or most of it, and that's okay if a little tiny piece shows. I'm not worried about that. Now, what she did was fold one side in. Oh, no, I can't do it that way because I have my top up here. Okay, we're going to use this piece. That other one just wasn't going to work without me covering up some of the things that I didn't want to cover up, so we're just going to use this one. I'm going to go ahead and trim the white off. Now, I think that one's going to work better. This is just one of those pieces out of the same collection. This is like a background piece, so we're going to use that. It's got some color on it, but it's going to work a lot better because I don't have to worry about my flowers and things being right side up or upside down. So I'm just going to go ahead and burnish that. Now what she did was she folded this one side in, and then she brought this one, which would be your front, over and left it just a little shy here, I think, from best I can remember. So I'm going to kind of hold it like this. You just don't want this piece coming up too far on this one because it would hinder it from folding over. So just leave a little bit of a gap in there. I'm going to leave a little gap about like that. I think that's what she did. But that's what we're going to do. I did that on the first one and it worked out. So we're going to do it on this one. Alright. Now, if you didn't want one this wide, you could always trim it down. Okay. Now, there's a tiny little bit of that white showing right here where we folded it. That's just because of the way that we folded. So on this side and this side, there's a little tiny little bit showing there. So I'm just going to trim that off. But I mean, you can hardly help that because of the way you have to fold. So I'm just going to go in there with my scissors and trim that little bit off. And if you didn't have a white core paper like this, or white on the other side paper, I should say, you probably wouldn't have to worry about that. I didn't have to do that on the other one. Okay. So there we go. We've got that trimmed off. I think that's going to work. Now, on this one, you just needed to make sure that from where your score line is here to where you put this, that you still got just a little bit of room to punch a pull there. So we do. We've got a little room there. And now I just need to decide what else I want to put in here for my other pocket. Now I think I may use one of these little Tim Holtz journaling cards to go in the middle. These we have in stock. There is a ton of them. This is just one size. You get 3 more sizes, and we have those in stock if you want to check those out. But I think I might use one of these. See which one I'm thinking about. And they're double-sided, so really you could use either side, but I'm looking for one that might have a flower on it. Other than a yellow flower. I really don't want a yellow flower. There's one that's got some pink flowers on it. And there's one that would work. You can also use these for little tags too to tuck in there. Okay, I think we'll use this one. I think that goes better with that. So I'm going to use that one for the middle part, for the little pocket there. That one over there. And then over here, what she did was she took a piece of paper that was the width of this and a little bit wider, and she folded it around to close up this end. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to find a piece that kind of sort of goes. I mean, it doesn't have to match perfectly, and you can definitely use your scraps. I think I will use this. This came out of the paper pad right here. It's called Vintage Emporium. This is what you got in your August kit. So I'm thinking I'm going to use that. So I want it about that wide right there. And then, and you can measure this if you want. You know me, I'm just going to measure it with my pencil and then cut it off. And hopefully we'll have time to make more than one of these. I'd like to make quite a few of them. I think they'll look good in our journals. And they're very useful. And more pockets. You know me. Gotta have more pockets. I don't know how we get by without a ton of pockets. Okay. Now I'm just gonna fold this in the middle. You can leave more on the front than you do the back. You can do it different ways. I'm just going to fold mine in the middle. I think that will be just fine. And you can even make the pocket longer if you wanted to. I think on this one, I actually made it a little bit longer on this side. But it doesn't matter. Whatever you want to do. I'm just going to make mine that, like that. And then I'm going to go ahead and cut my pull out before I put that down, because if I don't, I won't be able to cut the pull out. And she's even got me saving these little pieces. Oh my goodness. Watching her is addictive as far as your scraps are concerned. She shows you how to use even the tiniest little pieces of scraps. So she's very, very interesting. And Cori, I hope you don't mind me doing this. I am going to link your channel below, giving you full credit for this. Even if mine's a little bit different, that's still your idea. Okay. So then that just kind of cups around that like that. And then you just glue it here and here. Okay. We're going to go ahead and cut our little pulls out of these before we start gluing anything down. And I'm going to glue some of my little pockets together. I don't know that she did that, but I want to glue mine so that they don't pop up. Like I said, I'm not sure. I went to sleep. I'm sorry. I'm not sure if she did hers or not, but I am going to glue right down the side of mine, I think. Let's see. Do we have one up here? And then this one we will punch after we glue this little piece on there, because we may have to punch part of that too. Okay, I'm going to ink around, and then I'm going to show you where I'm going to glue. Okay, now I am going to glue, I'm going to open this up, and I'm going to glue right down this little line right here to keep my pockets kind of separated. I can't remember if she did that or not, and she may have stitched. I don't know, but I'm going to glue mine. You could stitch it too. After I dreamed about it all night, I didn't go back and watch it this morning, so I didn't watch the end, how she ended it. But I thought, well, I can do the preliminary and I'll guess at the rest, which is what I do normally. Because you guys know I go to sleep during this stuff. All right, now on this one, you glue right down through here. Okay, so just down through there, and always press it over and press that glue in. And then on this one, you don't glue any at all because you're going to put this piece on. So we'll go ahead and put this piece on. So what you're going to do is glue right down the edge of this. Like that. And then let's see which side's up and which side's down. This side's up. And then you're just going to cup it around that and then press it down, making sure that it's even. Okay, like that. So you've got your pocket back here and your pocket here. And then I go ahead up here at the top. And like I said, I don't remember if she did this or not. I don't even know if she made this a pocket. But we're going to go ahead and just cut out a little pull right there. And that's why I waited until I glued this down to cut the pull. Because, see, it cut just a tiny bit of that there. And then we can re-ink that. So, just like that. Now we're going to glue this piece down. And you could just use some scraps to make this little pocket in the middle. I just was grabbing what I had right here beside me, and I happen to have some of these laying here. Okay. Now that needs to go in the middle between those two folds. So we'll slide it this way a little bit. Okay. So there is that pocket. And then we can put this piece over here. Just right. Okay, now I'm going to ink this piece and it'll take me just a minute. You don't have to ink this if you don't want to. But if you want to watch me ink this, you can. This is how I ink them, but if you don't want to watch me, you can skip right through this. I fold each one of them down just a little bit and then ink them like that. That just covers up any of that white core that might show through to the front. You could also lay it down on something and try to ink it that way, but that's just the way that I like to do right there. Okay, so now on this, all we're going to glue is down the side, across the bottom, the very bottom, and then back up this side. And you could glue that top. I don't think I glued it on the other one, and I don't think I'm going to glue it on this one. But you could glue that top down too if you wanted to. And then just lay that down and try to get it pretty straight. A towel here. Okay, just don't glue across here because then you won't be able to get your little tags and tickets and things in there. See, I just left that top open. You can put a long tag in there if you want. Okay, now I think I want to turn these back and put a little bit of ink right there. I think that will help the looks of it. Just a little bit of ink like that. Yeah, that helps the looks. And right here we can put something like a flower or a piece of book page or something there. We can glue something on there. Okay, I'm just going to look in my washi sticker flowers and see what we might have that would look good right there. Doesn't need to be very wide. And this is my little washi sticker journal. And I do have videos on making all of my journals, so you can, there's a link below, or you can go to our channel and just click on the playlist that says ephemera journals, and it will be there. Okay, let's see about that one. That one might work. We also have lots more of these in stock if you want to pick up any. And the reason that I say this a lot, and it's not because all I do is advertise, because that's not it. But I want, you know, I have a lot of people that ask, do you have this? Do you have that? Where's this that you use? Where's that? So I figure if I tell as I'm going through and making things, then, you know, maybe that will answer your question. But we do have a lot of these in. They're different styles. Okay. Alright, I am going to put that right down there at the bottom. And where's my bone folder? There it is. Okay. Then we'll take our little tool here. We're just going to go over that. And this is called a blender brush. We do have those in. Somebody asked me last night what that was called. That's called a blender brush. And I think I want to put some kind of title or something right up here. Let's see. Maybe a label. Oh, that'd be cute. This is one of Tracy's labels. It's Tracy Fox on Love Junk Journals on Etsy. So if you just go over, you can type in either Tracy Fox or Love Junk Journals and it will pull her up on Etsy. She has tons of beautiful labels. Okay, I'll put that there. I like that. And then I'm going to go ahead and fold that and make sure that we burnish it well again. And then we're going to put something right there. And again, I think I want a flower. And it doesn't have to be like the one that's on the inside. We've got a little bit of yellow here, so we can go with a yellow flower. As a matter of fact, I like that one. Let's put that one there. Go ahead and ink there and there like we did on the inside. And take our little brush and just brush over that. And you can see it looks like it was made on the paper. You can hardly tell that it was another sticker that was put on top. Okay, so that is that, that is that. Now we need to do, and see how that pops up? I'm going to show you how good this bone folder is, and I'll probably tell you this and then it'll make a liar out of me. Alright, it pops up like that, but if you take your bone folder, really give it a good press with the edge of your bone folder, then it stays down. And you may be able to do this with the bone folder that you already have. I wasn't able to do it with my other bone folders. When I would try to press that hard, it would either tear my paper or leave ridges in there, but you know, that's just me. I don't know. You can do it with your regular bone folder. Okay, we're going to do a little bit of decorating on the front. So what would we want, do you think? We've got, this is very pretty, but it's a little bit big, I think. Yeah, that's from After Midnight Designs. That's from one of her collections. Let's see. Let me look right here and see what I have. All right. I think what I'm going to do is I am going to fussy cut this flower right here. And I'm going to use it on the edge of the front cover. I'll probably put some lace or something in behind it. I could probably dig through my stash and I would find something like this, but since this goes with the paper, I think it would be pretty on there. So now I'll probably cut the fussy cutting out because it takes me just a little while and you guys don't want to watch that. Okay, there we go. Now we need to probably do it like this. That's pretty, I like that. But I still need something in the background. And I'm thinking I'm just going to go with some book page. And I need some dark book page, I think. So, let me look in here. So I'm just going to tear around this. This is just an old replica of a book page that I got from AliExpress quite a while ago. See, I shouldn't throw that away. That would make a good piece like Cori was showing. Is it Cori or Carrie? Cori. Cori, not Carrie. I don't know if I've called you Carrie halfway through or not, but it's Cori, I do believe. C-O-R-I. Okay, let's see what that looks like. Okay, I still feel like I need something under there. I'm going to try a little piece of this. This is some of that Tim Holtz collage paper. Let's see how that will work. Put that down. Put that down like that. And then that goes there. Maybe this needs to run this way. Yeah, let's do that. See, that's the way my mind is thinking. All different directions. Okay, I don't need to... I'm going to put this down on the back of this and ink it. I don't need to ink the bottom, but we're going to ink the top. Okay, like that. That across there, and this is like vellum, so I'm going to use my Bearly Arts glue. Oh, and while I've got my Bearly Arts glue in my hand, I wanted to let you guys know the reason we don't have any Bearly Arts at the moment is because they are having so much trouble getting product in, the bottles to put their product in, that they have had to stop selling wholesale. So we can't get it from them right now. I think they still are selling a little bit just to keep their employees and, you know, keep themselves in business and their employees work to do. But they're having to stop the wholesale for a while until they can get everything stocked back up. So if you need some Bearly Arts, you can go directly to their website until we can start getting it again. I love it when it comes to vellum, especially. Doesn't leave it puckered and doesn't leave any marks on your paper. Okay, put a little bit more glue on the side of this. Looks pretty plain. That will work right there. So we'll put that down. Okay, whoops. I like that, but I still feel like it's missing something right here. So I'm probably going to use one of these Tim Holtz words, and these are the Big Talk, I think they are, or Big Chat, something to that effect. Let's do Wonder, and I could probably put a different one on here, but I want it to stand out a little bit, and I don't want all of that white, so what I'm going to do is, after I put it down, I'll use my brush and go over it. Just kind of knock that back a little bit, that white back. There we go. Yeah, I think that works better. So there is that. Then we can make little tickets or tags or whatever. You know, you can put just about anything in these little circle pieces that you can't use anywhere else. As a matter of fact, I think I have one right here. You know, just those little tiny pieces that's hard to use in certain places. You can put those in here. These little Tim Holtz journaling cards would work in there. Put those like that. The little journaling cards will work here too, and here, and here. And I will make tags and everything for this later. I don't think I'm going to do that right now. Now, if you wanted to make sure that this stayed together, you could either put a little piece of Velcro on here or tie a little ribbon around it, something like that. But mine seems to be staying pretty good, so I'm not going to worry about that part of it. All right, I am liking that. I'm liking that. You guys want to make another one? We'll make another one out of some scrapbook paper, maybe. Let me grab some scrapbook paper. Okay, I think we can use this one. Now, the problem that you're going to have with scrapbook paper is it's pretty thick. So it would probably be good if you had a single-sided paper. But we're going to give it a go anyway and see what happens. We may end up having to put a ribbon on it or put some Velcro on it or something to keep it closed. But I'm going to give it a go. Because there's nothing like being able to use up extra scrapbook paper that you might have in your stash. Whoops, sorry about hitting the microphone. Okay, now we don't want it as tall as the 12 by 12, so I want to cut it down some, probably about right there. And I'll tell you how much I'm cutting it down. Okay, and we can use this for tags or embellishment on it. So I cut this piece down to, it's about 7.5 inches. And I think that's going to be plenty tall enough. Now this one we will definitely probably have to cut some off of the length when we fold it, because here again, this is pretty thick paper. Okay. Now I'm going to rub over it just to break down some of the fibers. That's how you can do if you have a paper that's really thick. You can just kind of go over it back and forth, pulling on it, rubbing it on the edge of your desk, different things like that, and it will break the fibers down in it, and then you won't have so much trouble folding, and usually it keeps your paper from cracking. I won't guarantee it, but normally it does. Now, you don't have to make them this wide either. I think she made hers a little bit narrower, but trying to think. Let's see, I need to do it this way, or my flowers are going to be upside down on the front. So, what about if we do that? Is that going to be, that's right side up. Okay, I'm going to fold that. That's going to be really long pocket. I think that'll be all right though. Let's fold that right there. Okay. And then we'll fold this one over. Now I want this one to be a little shorter than that one. Like I said, I'm not sure that she did that, but I just feel like if it's a little bit shorter, it's a little bit easier to open, because you can just open it like that with a little thumb. Place to put your thumb there. That's just me. Okay, then we're going to burnish this really well. Make sure that everything is nice and even. Alright, there we go. Now I have a little bit sticking out up here, and that's probably where I failed to cut straight. So I'm going to trim that off. And then there's just a tiny bit right here. It's not much at all. I may just trim a tiny bit and leave it. That looks good. Okay, so there is our fold. Now, if you want to know how much I folded these, I'll tell you. This first one is folded at 4. And then the second one is folded at, let's see. That's at 4. The second one is about 8 1/8 or 8 1/4. So, but if you'll just put it up like that, make sure that this piece doesn't come all the way out to your fold here, because you don't want that extra bulk in there. And I am going to trim this one off some because it's sticking over quite a bit. Okay, so like that. Now the inside flowers are going to be upside down. That's the thing that this is going to happen. That is how this is going to happen, but you're either going to have your outside flowers upside down or your inside. We're going to cover most of this, so I'm not worried about the inside. Now, to find a piece that kind of sort of goes, I don't want it to blend too much. Ooh, I almost didn't get it tall enough. That's something that you probably need to think about. That one will work. These are, let's see, these are almost 4. They're like 3 7/8. So you need to make sure that this is tall enough. This is just tall enough right there. So that will work. And I think I'm going to use that one. It's got the purple in it. It's a deeper purple, but I think it'll match. And then here, I think I'm going to use a piece of this to cut and put across there, maybe. Maybe the purple side even. That'll cover up some of those flowers that are upside down. And then we could put something right here Why don't we do that? Let's just cut it about right there, and just want it about that tall. So making these out of a solid paper and then decorating is your best bet as far as getting all of your little pieces right side up. But like I said, I don't worry about that kind of thing. I don't let it bother me. Okay, that's gonna go there. And then I need to put a piece of this here, or I could use something else. I think I'll just go ahead and use the solid piece on this to put here. And I'm gonna try to make my pockets a little bit bigger. That way it'll cover up more of this upside down here. Now, I don't need to make it bigger on the outside unless I want that outside covered up. I don't think the outside needs covered up because it's right side up. Yeah, okay. So let's do that. And then I'm just going to trim this off. Well, I don't think I want it that big on the outside. So I'm going to cut a little bit of it off. I can use it for some small tags. Yeah, we've got a little bit of that purple sticking out, and that's fine. And now I need to trim it down the other way. I thought I marked that, did I not? You should have reminded me. I needed to mark it. It is so hot here today. I have got the air conditioner going, the overhead fans going, and I'm still burning up. Burning up. Okay, that's gonna go there and that's gonna go there. I need to cut a little pull in this. And pull in this. A pull on this side. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and cut my pulls in this while I am in the cutting mood. Oops, those hit me right in the face. They either land on my shirt or smack me in the face when I cut them. I know, I could cut them upside down. It doesn't matter with me. It's not a big deal. It's not like they hurt or anything. It's just funny with me to see where they go. Okay, and yes, I'm keeping those, Cori. Oops, almost put it upside down. Now I'm going to put a little glue in here to hold these pockets together at the right place. I have left my glue open a long time. Cut that out, Edith. Okay. So just run a little bead up my score line there. And then we'll press those down. Alright, and I'm going to get my purple ink. Okay, this is called Wilted Violet. And I think it'll go good with this collection. If I can get some out of it. Yeah. I haven't used this one in a while, so it may be almost dried up. Probably need to spritz it a little bit. There it comes. Just had to get it going. Alright, we're going to put a little bit of ink there. A little bit of ink there. Okay, I have inked around everything, and now we're going to start gluing. I'm going to glue this down first. Oops. Went a little crooked. Oh, Melina told me that she has already seen 2 YouTubers up there in Kentucky where she is. She called me last night and said one of the groups that's singing with them, the lady watches me and watches her, and I think she said she has a YouTube channel too. I can't remember what she said her name was. Maybe she didn't have a YouTube channel, but she did watch us. So that was pretty exciting for her. She said, I'm making YouTube connections. I said, are y'all having a YouTube convention up there or something? And the other one, neither one of us had heard of. She did, let's see, some kind of material. It was fabric something or other. I can't remember her name. But she saw her, and she had an RV and everything with her name and company name and all that on there. So that was pretty exciting for her. I said, it's a small world when you start getting out and going around, and you learn that you meet people that watch you and you don't even realize that. I mean, you know, we know that some people watch us, but sometimes you think, does anybody really watch us? Okay, now I'm going to glue this down right here. But when you have somebody that meets you and says, oh, I watch you on YouTube, that just makes you feel so good that somebody actually learns a little bit from what we do and watches us, and we're not just talking to ourselves in the camera. Well, we are probably talking to ourselves in the camera. Okay, you see that's really popping up because this is a heavyweight pattern paper, but I am going to do a really good burnish right there. And there we go. All right. So that is in there. I like that. I like how that looks. And then the front, it's not going to need a lot, I don't think. Now this is going to be a little bit thicker than your other pieces. And I will probably put a little ribbon or something around this just for me. But that's up to you if you don't want to do that. You can keep burnishing it and it'll eventually lay down. So let's see. Do we want to put anything on the front of that? I mean, look, it's got the writing on there. It has got the flowers on there. I really don't know that it needs anything. What if, let's see, let me look at a label. What if we just put a number on it? Let's just put this number 1 on there. Sometimes just a number. Okay, we're just going to put that number 1 right there, and that's going to be it for that one. Other than we will make the little tags and things to go in there. But I think that's super cute. Okay, let's drag the ones back out that we made. There's that one, and then there is that one. Aren't they cute? Alright, I am going to link Cori's channel below. You guys go over and check her out. She's amazing using up scraps. I can't even throw these little pieces away now, and I used to throw them away with no thought, but now I can't. So we will talk to you later. Please don't forget to give us a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. Bye-bye.